Title: All Set. Sarah Rafferty calls security to be on alert and blocks Meghan Markle from Suits Rewatch podcast as she's banned but keeps insisting to attend. Introduction: A royal feud revisited? Hollywood's glamour and drama draw fans worldwide. But when royalty gets involved, things get even more intense. Imagine Meghan Markle, a famous figure, wanting to join a podcast about her old show, Suits, even though she's banned. Her former co-star, Sarah Rafferty, has called security to keep her out. This drama between Meghan and Sarah is making headlines. It's a story that feels like it came from a movie but is real. Meghan, who married Prince Harry and became a duchess, is known for controversy. Her attempts to join the podcast, despite being banned, are causing a stir. What caused this feud? Why is Sarah Rafferty so strict? Let's dive into the drama, history, and royal intrigue behind this celebrity clash. The rise of Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty, on-screen besties, off-screen tensions? Suits, which started in 2011, had a big impact on TV. It became a hit, thanks to its fast-paced legal drama. At its core were Meghan Markle as Rachel Zane and Sarah Rafferty as Donna Paulson. Their chemistry was strong, showing smart women in a male world. Off-screen, Meghan and Sarah seemed close. They were seen together at events and supported each other in interviews. But as Meghan's fame grew, things changed. Meghan's life took a dramatic turn when she married Prince Harry. She became the Duchess of Sussex, facing intense scrutiny. Her Suits friends continued their careers, but Meghan's friendship with Sarah may have suffered due to royal controversies. The Suits Rewatch podcast, a nostalgic trip down memory lane. TV rewatch podcasts have become popular, offering behind-the-scenes looks at favorite shows. A Suits Rewatch podcast was a natural idea, given the show's popularity. Cast members like Sarah Rafferty, Gabriel Marked, and Patrick J. Adams were set to share their experiences. But Meghan Markle was not invited. This decision was surprising, but there were reasons. Since becoming a royal, Meghan has faced many controversies. Her acting career has taken a backseat, and her relationship with Hollywood has strained. Excluding her from the podcast was likely to avoid more drama. Why was Meghan Markle banned from the podcast? The inside scoop. Meghan Markle wanted to join the Suits Rewatch podcast. She sees her time on Suits as a stepping stone to her royal life. In interviews, she talks about her acting career as a past chapter. Despite this, Meghan kept trying to get on the podcast. She believed her role in Suits was important enough to be included. The podcast producers had other plans. They didn't want Meghan's involvement because of the media attention and controversy it could bring. They wanted to focus on celebrating Suits, not Meghan's personal struggles. Sarah Rafferty, a key player in the podcast, was also hesitant. She wanted to keep the podcast focused on Suits' legacy, not the personal lives of its stars. The security call, Sarah Rafferty's drastic measures. Meghan's push to join the podcast became too much. Sarah Rafferty had to take drastic action. There were heated exchanges behind the scenes, with producers caught in the middle. Security was called in to block Meghan's attempts. This move was extreme but necessary, sources say. Rafferty wanted to protect the podcast's integrity. This decision shocked many. Sarah Rafferty is known for her professionalism. She only took such steps when she felt the situation was out of control. The fallout: how this rift reflects larger tensions in Meghan Markle's world. The conflict between Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty is more than just a Hollywood issue. It shows the tensions Meghan faces in her post-royal life. Since stepping back from royal duties, Meghan has been in constant conflict. Meghan's attempts to join the podcast reflect her frustration. Suits was a time when she was known for her acting, before her royal life took over. She sees the podcast as a chance to reconnect with her acting identity. On the other hand, Sarah Rafferty's decision to block Meghan shows a growing rift. Their once close relationship is now strained. Rafferty is determined to keep the podcast focused, not compromised by personal loyalty. Public reactions: fans weigh in on the drama. When the feud between Sarah Rafferty and Meghan Markle became public, fans had a lot to say. Social media was filled with opinions. Some supported Sarah Rafferty's decision to keep the podcast drama-free, while others criticized her for excluding Meghan. On Twitter, fans are buzzing about the drama between Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty. They are discussing Meghan's role in the Suits podcast rewatch. Some think she's out of place, given her acting career is over. Others believe she was crucial to the show's success and should be included. A fan said, Sarah Rafferty is right to protect the Suits legacy. Meghan's presence would bring too much attention to things outside the show, but another countered, Meghan was a huge part of Suits. She should be included in the podcast, no matter what's going on in her personal life. This debate mirrors the wider conversations about Meghan Markle. Some see her as a victim of unfair media treatment. Others believe she has caused controversy and alienated people. Looking forward, what's next for Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty? The feud between Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty is unlikely to fade. Their drama has added intrigue to the Suits fandom. It's turned a TV series celebration into another chapter in Meghan's life. But what happens next? Will this feud resolve itself, or are we witnessing the final chapter of a once-cherished friendship? The road ahead for Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle faces many public battles since stepping back from royal duties. She has supporters who admire her for standing up against unfair treatment. Critics, on the other hand, say she seeks the limelight despite claiming privacy. Meghan's push to join the Suits podcast might be to stay relevant in Hollywood. She has distanced herself from acting but wants to reconnect with the industry that made her famous. Beyond the podcast, Meghan has ongoing projects. Her production company, Archie Productions, is working on content for Netflix and Spotify. These projects let her share her values and tell stories on mental health, women's rights, and social justice. But if Meghan continues to engage in conflicts, it could complicate her brand. Public feuds and her rift with the royal family may make it harder to gain support. The outcome of her attempts to join the Suits podcast could be a sign of what's to come. Sarah Rafferty, a protective guardian of the Suits legacy. For Sarah Rafferty, protecting the Suits legacy is key. She's worked with other cast members to keep the podcast focused on celebrating the show. Rafferty's goal is to ensure the podcast remains true to the show's spirit, without personal drama getting in the way. Sarah Rafferty's decision to call security on Meghan sends a strong message. It shows she's committed to keeping the podcast focused on the show, not personal issues. For Rafferty, this project is a chance to reconnect with fans and reflect on what made Suits special. It also signals a shift in Rafferty's career. She's now taking control of projects and ensuring their success. Her decision to block Meghan's involvement shows she's not afraid to make tough calls. This assertiveness may well be an indication of what's to come for her future ventures. She could take on more producer roles or even start her own creative projects. While the immediate future of her relationship with Meghan seems uncertain, Rafferty's primary focus remains on her career. With the success of the podcast, she has proven that she can lead a successful project while navigating the complexities of Hollywood relationships. Hollywood's perspective, a reflection of the broader industry. The fallout between Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty also reflects some of the larger trends happening in Hollywood. As more celebrities take control of their own narratives, the boundaries between personal lives and professional projects are becoming blurrier. The Suits podcast serves as a microcosm of how personal relationships in the entertainment industry can sometimes spill over into professional spaces. The tension between Meghan and Sarah is not just about a podcast, it's about the broader questions of celebrity, friendship, and loyalty. In an industry where public perception is everything, both women are navigating how to maintain their public personas while dealing with behind-the-scenes drama. Hollywood is a town that thrives on reinvention, and both Meghan and Sarah will likely continue to adapt and evolve their careers. For Meghan, the challenge will be regaining the trust of the industry while continuing her work outside of acting. For Sarah, the challenge lies in continuing to balance her career as an actress with her newfound role as a producer and protector of the Suits brand. A final reflection: what this feud says about fame, friendship, and public image. The feud between Meghan Markle and Sarah Rafferty is about much more than just a Rewatch podcast. It highlights the difficulties of maintaining personal relationships in the face of fame, public scrutiny, and career changes. Meghan's attempts to participate in the podcast, despite being banned, show how complex her relationship with her past career and former colleagues has become. In some ways, Meghan's journey reflects the tension many celebrities face when they transition into new roles and identities. For Meghan, her transition from Hollywood actress to royal duchess and now back to a public figure with media projects has been filled with challenges. She has been forced to reconcile her desire for privacy with her need to remain relevant in the public eye. Her continued attempts to join the Suits Rewatch podcast may reflect an underlying need to stay connected to her former life, a world where she was seen as an actress and not just as a member of the British royal family or a public figure embroiled in controversies. On the other hand, Sarah Rafferty's firm stance in protecting the integrity of the podcast shows how Hollywood has evolved, particularly in the era of celebrity-driven projects. Rafferty's decision to ban Meghan and even involve security underscores how important it is for public figures to maintain boundaries, even when it comes to personal relationships that can affect professional endeavors. The Suits Rewatch podcast, for her, is not just a platform for reminiscing but a careful project meant to celebrate a show beloved by fans, without the distraction of media-driven controversies. Friendship in the public eye. What happens when personal relationships are tested by fame? One of the most intriguing aspects of this public dispute is the deterioration of a friendship once celebrated by fans. Meghan and Sarah's relationship, at least from the outside, seemed close during their time on Suits. Their on-screen chemistry reflected an off-screen bond, and fans often saw them attending events together, laughing in interviews, and supporting each other in public appearances. But as Meghan's life changed dramatically with her royal marriage, the distance between the two grew. In Hollywood, friendships often face a different kind of pressure, one magnified by fame, public opinion, and career trajectories. When Meghan left Suits and transitioned into the royal family, she entered a world where personal relationships became fodder for tabloids, and every friendship, every word, was scrutinized under a global spotlight. Sarah, on the other hand, remained in Hollywood, continuing her acting career and building her own path, away from the royal spectacle. The breakdown of their friendship may show the big challenge many public figures face. When their lives change a lot, it can be hard to keep their friendship alive. Meghan's royal duties and personal issues might have clashed with Sarah's wish to stay private and focus on her career.